Yes, good evening everyone. My name's Dan. I'm the Youth Services Manager for the Kokoda Youth Foundation. And I just want to thank each and every one of you guys here tonight for all your hard-earned effort and your contribution to helping us run our incredible youth programs and our event. It certainly wouldn't happen without you. But I just want to start my chat with telling you what our why is. What gets us out of bed in the morning? What's our motivation? And that is to provide life-changing experiences, build belonging, inspire growth, and honour the legacy of the Kokoda campaign. Now, we're really lucky enough here to be able to run two youth programs. They call it On the Right Track and the KCYP, which is what these guys are here today. So for those who don't know, the KCYP is a 14-month hiking-based life skills program for 15 to 17-year-olds from all walks of life. Now that doesn't mean they need to be the fittest or the fastest or the smartest. No, we're just looking for kids who are willing to give their 100% and being the best versions of themselves that they possibly can. Now when these guys are selected into the KCYP, they'll participate in a 2-day wilderness camp out at Camp Kokoda, as Doug mentioned. They'll do the 30-kilometre Brisbane Kokoda Challenge, then train all the way up to doing the Gold Coast 96 Kokoda Challenge. Now these guys just finished their night walk, 43-kilometre night walk, just the other day. Now these guys started in May. Now think about how long you guys have been training. These guys have been training for 8 weeks and already up to 43 kilometres. So if that could absolutely... Now once they've finished the 96 kilometre challenge, then we start our new goal. And that is to walk in the footsteps of our Aussie diggers over in Papua New Guinea to do the actual track. Then we finish off with a 10-month community service phase, just to give back, to you guys, to the guys who have given so much to us, to teach these young people here today, the next generation, that it's great to give. It's one thing to take, but it's another to give. Now the inspiration for the KCYP comes from our young, untrained soldiers of the 39th Battalion who fought on the Kokoda track in World War II. Now some of these guys were these guys' age. They were 17 years old. They faked their age so they could do their bit for their country. And against extraordinary hardship, these guys showed courage, endurance, mateship, and sacrifice. And that's what our Kokoda spirit is, and that's what we're teaching these guys. So let's have a think about that. What is courage? Courage is standing up, facing your fears and showing strength even when times are tough. For these guys to even sign up for this program, to not actually know what they're getting themselves into, that takes courage. To turn up on day one and to not know anybody. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Are they going to like me? Am I going to like them? Who knows? But that takes courage to stand up. Now what about endurance? Endurance is the ability to stick it out when times are tough, even when you want to quit. And I'm sure all of you guys have been there. Up Hollies, you've probably done 35Ks already, and then you look up and see this monstrous mountain, and you wonder how you're going to continue. These guys are doing that every week at the moment. That's endurance. These guys, 30K, 35K, another 35K, then into a 43K, and then the 96K. That's endurance. What about sacrifice? Sacrifice is giving up something. Mateship. Oh my God, how could I forget mateship? One of Australia's favourite, mateship is providing support and encouragement for each other. I'm amazed sometimes that doesn't come naturally. Doug mentioned it earlier, that if you go through a checkpoint and you're missing teammates, you don't know where they are, you don't understand how common that is. Even in our programs, I mean, I was up Page's Pinnacle the other day with On the Right Track, a few year 9 kids, and 3 boys just wanted to take off. Why can't we just take off? I've had enough, like I just want to go. Three or four of their mates were really struggling behind. So I sat them down and I said, mate, sometimes we need to look out for our mates. Sometimes we need to turn our shoulder and have a look back. Just because you're doing all right doesn't mean your mate is. So that's what we're teaching these guys, to look out for their mates and provide that encouragement and support. Okay, and sacrifice. You know, to give up something for the betterment of something else or someone else. These guys do it every single week. You know, they sacrifice their Sundays. They sacrifice their Saturday nights. They prepare. They get to bed early, I hope. That's the dream. But they're getting to bed early because they know they're going to have to, they're going to have a big walk the next day. They have to prepare. They have to go into it organised. Otherwise, they're not going to have such a great day. But these guys are willing to sacrifice that. Now, I know I'd rather these guys be out on the tracks than doing God knows what else on the streets. I don't know about you, but that's what you guys are providing us. Now, one of my favourite ever stories with the KCYP came just last year. After the Kokoda Challenge, one of our teams sat down and they had a debrief. And the debrief question was, what did you learn from doing the Kokoda Challenge? And sure, it went around a circle. And then this one girl puts up her hand and she says, I learned that it's okay to ask for help. Now, in her deepest and darkest times, she learned that it's okay to struggle and it's okay to ask for help. Now, I thought that was a really powerful message just there. You know, and that's what we're doing with this program. We're changing lives. And you know what? I'd like to think that we're going a little or a long way to maybe saving a few as well. Now, we couldn't do any of that without your help and your contribution. So when you're out there flipping snags at Bunnings, I see a lot of that. I'm amazed. I love it. It's such a great community. But when you're doing that, you are actually helping young Aussie kids to be better in their lives. And that's something you can all be proud of. You know, I could stand up here all night and tell you 1,000 stories. I could. And everyone, all the leaders could. But I'm not gonna, because Joe wants to talk.
Yeah, you've only got 12 minutes, Dan. You've got 2 to go.
Okay. But have fun in the Kokoda Challenge. You know, it's going to be tough. Support each other. But remember, courage, endurance, mateship, and sacrifice, and you'll be fine. Thanks, guys.